What's good, everybody, and welcome to the next video. It is I, or Expert. Yes, today we're going to be more of a talking type of video, because I'm just going to go in and answer the main question about this video. Shalltear versus the demonic beast battles. Does she work? To answer that question very, very early, yes, she does. But, there's a very strong but, you're not going to be able to utilize her kit that well, and you're also just not going to be able to get her full potential due to the fact of her kit, which is unfortunate, but it makes sense because a lot of PvE activities are just like the demonic beast battle, and you'll see what I mean. But we're not going to actually play anything. I was going to record a video or record post commentary, but I really don't want to. I'm gonna be honest, it just felt tedious in a way, and I don't want this video to be extremely long going through all these demonic beast battles. So it's better for me to just talk about all three of them, the team, or four, the teams I used on them, and if they worked or not, or if I found a way to make them work. Now, that's the focus of the video. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what y'all want to see from me in terms of teams and PvP. If y'all want to see me put other Overlord units into demonic beast battles and death matches. If y'all want to see that content, I will upload it because I'm here for y'all. I'm here to upload what y'all need. So, that being said, let's talk about it. It's gonna be a fun one. Trust. Now, let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, the origin story, Razvelger, the bird. Now, does Shalltear work against bird? Answer to this one specifically is a definite yes, she does. Now, if you don't know what she does, which is unfortunate because reading is a fun thing, but to break it down very simply, she's Purgatory Meliodas with a lot more steps. Now, she has her 3 buffs, and once she has the 3 buffs, they are removed, and she gets a Berserk buff, or perma buff? I don't actually remember. But what Berserk does is 50% attack related stats and defense lower. It's very good. Very, very good. She gets a free 50% attack related stats, and also she also gives herself base stats. She gives herself all stats on ultimate. She has a lot going for her, okay? Does that affect her in bird? Yes, it does. But also, no. So let me just look at her, right? Can I look at her? No. There we go. So her kit is not PvE centered, and you can say this about a lot of characters. That being said, or that is being said because a lot of these units like to have debuffs on the enemy to work, and she is one of those units. She needs to have a bleed debuff on the enemy in order for her main DPS card, her exploit single target, to get double damage and double crit damage. But since Razvelger is immune to bleed, that does not go as planned, obviously. So in terms of crazy DPS carry, no, she's not going to do that. But nonetheless, she still has very good DPS potential once she procs her passive in the first place, because she is still at the end of the day getting a 50% attack related stat increase. And on any character, that's pretty insane. So that's what's going to hard carry her through bird. But, you know, it is what it is. Now let's talk about the specifics, going through the floor by floor, just to make this a little bit more simple. Floor 1, she is very useful. She gets the damage in. You can potentially 3-turn the first 3 phases, or technically, you could 4-turn floor 1 if you get really good RNG. And to answer your question, yes, Shalltear, my Shalltear is 1/6, no cosmetics by the way, I'm just show you, no cosmetics. 1/6, her ultimate can hit damage cap on floor 1 phase 4, her ultimate, because she also gives all stats on her ult. Her ultimate can hit, and if you have her skill procced for the 50% attack, her single targets can hit, but I don't think they do damage cap. But regardless, they can bypass the whole gimmick of phase 4. Now floor 2, it's a little bit more iffy for her, but it still works out pretty well. Like, it's pretty much all, like, floor 2 and floor 3 are really similar, and it works for you. She works for you. Now, this is the team I really did come up with, the best team I could think of that doesn't involve a Deanna or Matrona because she wants unknown units on her team, so I decided to go with Frey instead of going the taunt unit route. This team did work out really well. It took me around, I want to say 20 minutes tops to beat the entirety of Bird, but you know, that's just me messing with stuff, restarting a few times to see what I could do to optimize routes type shit. But yeah, overall she works for Bird. Very strong, useful, that's debatable. Is she a top pick? Not really. But if you want to use her in content, you know, just because she's your favorite character from Overlord type of thing, yes, she works in Bird. She does. This is a good team for her to work with, and it works. Moving on to now, this honestly could be one of my favorite teams for Deer. I know, right? Blue Camilla and Deer, what are you doing? Listen, it makes perfect sense. The main issue with Deer, it's not that it's hard, it's that it's RNG dependent, very RNG heavy. Now, the reason I brung Camilla with this team, which by the way, if you don't want to use Camilla, you can use whatever unknown unit you want, or you know, whatever unit you want in that 4th slot, as long as you have a red, blue, and green unit, you're fine. But I decided to go with Camilla because her ultimate is a remove buff hold. Once she transforms, she removes debuffs from you and buffs from the enemies. I need 2 buff units on my teams, or I'm just gonna be on floor 3, phase 4, longer than I need to, because I didn't pull Jormungandr's buff removal the way that I cleared the floor. Now, that being said, is she good? Yes, she is utterly good for Deer, actually. Sorry, excuse me. She is like really good for Deer. That is because she got 60% OS or 60% stat increase from Jormungandr and her relic. On top of Jormungandr being able to rank her up, she's making up for the lack thereof, the bleed debuff. So instead of relying on the debuff, you can rely on just the pure amount of stats you have for doing Deer with Jormungandr with her holy relic. Without it, I'm pretty sure it's still going to be really good because Jormungandr didn't need the holy relic to succeed in Deer anyway. It was just an added bonus to make your life that much easier. But yes, Shalltear works in all floors. There is no real wall you can hit when it comes to using Shalltear since she has 2 attack cards. But I will say, is that this has nothing to do with Shalltear. Actually, this is to do with your team comp. If your blue unit has the lowest amount of attack or HP, I don't remember exactly how it works, she will get targeted, or the blue unit will get targeted on floor 3, phase 1, and it'll immediately attack disable. So if your Shalltear is low on stats and she gets attack disabled phase 1, she's useless. I'm gonna be honest. She can only use the AoE, and the AoE is not that potent in the first place. So she's very useless if she gets attack disabled or anything of the nature. But it's okay. You don't need to worry about that too much. It's not the biggest thing ever. Usually they go for the attack advantage, which is the blue units, because the Deer is green. Now, yes, that pretty much sums up Deer, like very simply. This is a good team. You can't replace Camilla with anybody. I did this with Camilla, which I found to be the funnest / the most convenient way to do this. I've done this with Hell, actually, in that slot where Camilla is. I've also done it with Freyr. So it works. As long as you keep your unknown stats, it's fine. Now, going into Wolf, this one's really straightforward. The straight answer to this is yes. She's actually able to be the carry of your Wolf runs. Because, you know, if you don't know, this is my team. Minus Shalltear, I would just use Escanor. And it clears very fast. It's probably the fastest clearing team you can use on Wolf. Shalltear is not as fast as Escanor, but she can get the job done nonetheless. It's really strong. And there really isn't a lot to say about this. It just works. It works literally the exact same way Escanor does if you were to use Escanor instead of Shalltear. Floor 1, phase 3, you can use her ultimate. It's 1/6, by the way. My ultimate's 1/6. I'm free to play. Or no, I'm not free to play. She's free to play. I have no cosmetics. My gear is very iffy. As you can see, my stats aren't that crazy. But literally, her ultimate would hit for like a million, like at least. And it'll one-shot phase 3 of floor 1. Floor 2, the gimmick of that would be what? you have to attack them 5 times. You can't attack them more than 6 times or they will get a resurrection. I did run into that problem a few times because this team specifically do not have the craziest amount of DPS. It's only one of Shalltear's cards if she doesn't have her buff active, and Freyr. Megelda and Thonar aren't DPS characters unless they get their ults. And unfortunately my runs were a little bit scuffed, but even while they were resurrected, I was still able to pull off the win. I'd never actually lost in floor 2. And then when it comes to floor 3, it's just you kill. There is no gimmick. You literally just kill it, and it's very easy. So yes, Shalltear is a pretty good unit for Wolf. I can say that for a fact. If you want to run Shalltear, you can. Just with this team. Any other team is going to be kind of scuffed. Not going to lie. And now here we are. I was neglected to talk about Snake, but you know, I could just add this in the video because why the fuck not? You're not using Shalltear with Snake. She sucks. She's actually dog shit. Don't even look at her. Don't even attempt. You cannot even be 4-1 with her. The reason for that though is not really her fault. It's just the way that Snake is designed. You need, and I mean, if you want to do 4-1, you need Freya. Or you need like a very strong Trader Meliodas. But since Shalltear wants unknown units, there are no, and I mean no, there are no good unknown units for Snake. Not a single one. You can probably get a little fun win off here and there, but trust me, you're gonna struggle a lot more than if you were to use a goddess team that were like half built. That's a fact. This is my main team for Neathogger, by the way, if you don't know. There it is. But literally, you cannot, and I mean, you just can't do it with unknown characters. So Shalltear doesn't work. It's that simple. But yeah, that's the video for today. I'm gonna be honest. This isn't the gameplay. It's really just a commentary. But I get it. If y'all want to see gameplay of these, I would have to do separate videos for each and every single Demon of Beast battle. Because if I were to actually make this a gameplay type of video, this video would be like 30 minutes. And I ain't got time for that. And I know y'all ain't gonna watch the whole video. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's the video. Let me break it down for you just in case, you know, somehow y'all got to the end of the video without listening to a word I said. Is she good for bird? Yeah, she's pretty okay. For deer, she's pretty good. For wolf, she's really good. Probably wolf is the best demonic beast you want to use Shalltear on if you have the relics from Thonar and Freyr. You don't need Freyr's relics technically, but if you have it, it's more the merrier. And red Megelda. Shalltear does work very good. And that's about it. So that's the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what y'all want to see from me, and that's gonna be it, bruh. Love you, and have a wonderful day. Peace.